Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Rising of Bodhisattvas. This is Nancy from International Buddha Dharma Society for Cosmic Loyal America. It's a great honor to be here with you. Today is July 17th. There are so many things going on in the world. I hope everything is doing fine. We all try to keep still because stillness is where the eye of the storm is. As usual, before the talk, let's pay homage to the Buddha. Please join your palms and say with me, Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. We have talked about the first and the second Dharma Seals in the previous two talks, and we all know now all conditioned phenomena are impermanent, and all phenomena are of non-self. There is no self in all these phenomena. The I that we think there is false. If we are attached to all these phenomena, to all five skandhas, the form skandha, the feeling skandha, the perception skandha, the mind formation skandha, and the conscious skandha, if we are attached to them, then sufferings and annoyances will arise. If we can truly understand this, then we can gradually become dispassionate of these phenomena and detach from these phenomena and free our mind and return to our true self, return to our original self, to the tranquility, to get close to Nirvana. And today, I'd like to talk about the third Dharma Seal. Nirvana is perfect tranquility. What does it mean? Nirvana means the ultimate tranquility. It means that one achieves the perfect wisdom, the supreme wisdom, and perfect merits and virtues. Tranquility means that after all the sufferings, all the disturbance from annoyances, and all the forcing from the sufferings, stop when reaches the tranquility of no birth and no death. The Mahaparinirvana Sutra says, Nirvana is the Dharma nature of all Buddhas. Nirvana is liberation. The Aguna Sutra, it says, it describes Nirvana as being permanent, being tranquil, being cool, being refreshing, being free, being peaceful. The Mahaparinirvana Sutra concludes the characteristics of Nirvana as being eternal, being happy, being of self, and being pure. The Buddha Dharma, which is pure, which is clean, is Nirvana. The Buddha nature, the self nature, our original self, is free, is constant, is unchanging. It is Nirvana. We always say return to self nature because originally we're all Buddhas. Originally we are all in Nirvana, but we left Nirvana because our mind moved. It's not still. Our mind is not still. That's why we're away from Nirvana. As for Nirvana, Different people may have different understanding. It is hard to describe because we're not there yet. But we can taste nirvana from what the Buddha told us. Maybe from some rare moments, some beautiful moments our own mind. In those moments, maybe there's no self in our mind, and the mind is empty. In those moments, we can taste nirvana. But no matter what, all of us will enter nirvana one day. All of us, we cultivate diligently. We grow wisdom. We increase our energy. We perfect our merits and virtues. And one day, we will break the shell and enter the world of reality. We are like fruits. We grew in the tree of the universe. We all have our time to ripe and become the Buddha fruit. All the Buddhas have been where we are now, and we will be where the Buddhas are now. We follow the Buddha's path and become the Buddhas. Today, we will recite one part of the Mahaparinirvana Sutra in volume 39. I always like to come to sutras to listen to what the Buddha said. Reciting sutras, everybody should know. There's another thing that I missed. Somebody asked before, what is after nirvana? Is there anything to do after nirvana? Of course, there is. All Buddhas are transforming sentient beings. All Buddhas are listening to sentient beings. All Buddhas are taking care of, are watching sentient beings. All Buddhas are maintaining the balance, the harmony of the universe. All start from yin or zero and return to yin. All start from the source and return to the source. Entering nirvana is just the end of one journey and the beginning of another journey. The more you are capable of, the more things there are for you to do. For the universe, there's no beginning and no ending. Now let's recite the part of the sutra that I was just talking about. I always like to come to sutras because I like to listen to what the Buddha said. And everyone should know reciting sutras means listening to Dharma, because when we recite sutras, the Buddha will be talking to us, will be speaking Dharma to us. Reciting sutra means we connect to the Buddha, we resonate with the Buddha, we holding hands of the Buddha. Also, when we recite sutras, it is not only us are listening, there are many other sentient beings are listening too in the invisible world. So it is beneficial not only to ourselves, also to other beings. And we will recite the Pada Sutra that the Buddha spoke to Venerable Kwandiya about the 5 skandhas, how to extinguish the 5 skandhas and to reach liberation. Here is the sutra. Then the world another one spoke to Kwandiya. Material form is non-eternal. By doing away with this form, one arrives at the eternal form of emancipation, so that they obtain with feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness too. Okwandiya, form is void. By doing away with the form that is all void, one arrives at the non-void form of emancipation. So does it obtain also with feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. Okwandiya, material form is non-self. By doing away with such form, one arrives at the form of the true self of emancipation. Feeling is non-self. By doing away with such feeling, one arrives at the feeling of the true self of emancipation. Perception is non-self. By doing away with such perception, one arrives at the perception of the true self of emancipation. Volition is non-self. By doing away with such volition, one arrives at the volition of the true self of emancipation. Consciousness is non-self. By doing away with such consciousness, one arrives at the consciousness of the true self of emancipation. Okwandiya, form is non-pure. By doing away with such form, one arrives at the pure form of emancipation. So does it obtain also with feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. Okwandiya, form is what represents birth, old age, illness, and death. By doing away with such form, one arrives at the form of the non-birth, non-old age, non-illness, and non-death form of emancipation. So does it also obtain with feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. Okwandiya, form is the cause of ignorance. By doing away with such form, one arrives at the form of the non-cause of ignorance or emancipation. So does it also obtain with feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. Okwandiya, a form is the cause of birth even. By doing away with such form, one arrives at the form of the non-birth cause of emancipation. So does it also obtain with feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. Okwandiya, form is the cause of the four inversions. By doing away with inverted form, one arrives at the form of the four non-inverted causes of emancipation. So does it also obtain with feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. Okwandiya, physical form is the cause of innumerable evil things. It is the carnal body of the male, etc. It is the love of the fruit of lust. It is greed, anger, and jealousy. It is an evil and a grudging mind. It is ordinary food, consciousness food, thought food, and touch food. There's egg birth, embryo birth, and transformed birth. There are the five desires and the five overshadowings. All of these are grounded on material form. By doing away with form, one arrives at the form of emancipation which does not contain any such evil things. It is the same with feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. Okwandiya, form is bondage. By doing away with the form of bondage, one arrives at the form of emancipation, which is no bondage. It is the same with feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. Okwandiya, form is a stream. By doing away with the form which is a stream, one arrives at the form of emancipation, which is not a stream. So it is also with feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. Okwandiya, form is non-taking of refuge. By doing away with form, one arrives at the form of emancipation, which is the taking of refuge. The same also applies to feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. Okwandiya, form is parts and words. By doing away with form, one arrives at emancipation, which is not the past or words. The same applies to feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness too. Skandha, form is non-quietude. By doing away with this form, one arrives at the form of quietude of Nirvana, which is quiet. So does it also begin with feeling, perception, volition, and consciousness. Skandha, if there's any person who can so know things, such a person is a Sramana or a Brahmin, and such a one is perfect in the Dharma of the Sramana or Brahmin. Skandha, if one parts from Buddha Dharma, then one is no Sramana or Brahmin, nor is there any Dharma of the Sramana or Brahmin. All Trasikas speak falsely and cheat, and there's no action that is true with them. Also, they pretend to say that there are such too, but this is not true. Why not? If there's no Dharma of the Sramana or Brahmin, how can one say that here is a Sramana or Brahmin? Always give a line the rule amidst the congregation. You too should do the same amidst this congregation. This is a part of the sutra that I wanted to share with you. We have touched on all the three Dharma Seals. This for sure is not the end of it. We will come back to the three Dharma Seals. We will talk more about impermanence, non-self, and nirvana in the future. I hope everyone can fully understand the three Dharma Seals. And as you truly understand these three Dharma Seals, that's when we can detach. We can detach from this world, from all phenomena, and we can truly free our mind and return to tranquility. Please join your palms and let's recite the words of transference of merit together. May the merit and virtue accrued from this work adorn the Buddha's Pure Land, repaying 4 kinds of kindness above and aiding those suffering in the past below. May those who say and hear all this all bring for the result for Buddha, and when this retribution body is over, be born together in ultimate bliss. Namo Amitabha. Thank you everyone for being here listening to Dharma Talk. Subscribe to Nancy's channel, Stay with Nancy, and listen to weekly Dharma Talk, or maybe meditate with Nancy at the weekend. See you next time. Bye.